Well, hello everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I really hope you had a great Thanksgiving. And I know we did, me and Ollie and our family. Hope you were able to spend time with your families. And most of all, I hope you were thankful for what you got. Today we're thinking about going to Pitt and Sylvan Springs, but being that the wind is blowing so hard today, I have decided that probably wouldn't be the greatest idea. It's a little piece over there. It's about 45 minutes away, and I just don't want to get out there and be fighting in that wind. And again, I typically go by myself, so I don't have a drop-off and pickup point. I just have a drop-off, so I typically go upstream and then come back downstream to my vehicle. And that can cause you some issues, especially when you have windy weather like we have today. So I'm going to go somewhere closer by, and that won't take me as long to go. And it's a little creek called Wright's Creek, and I typically don't go up this area of the creek, but being that it's fall and the leaves have fallen and you can see a lot better in there, this is kind of a condensed forest or woods, so to speak. So I'm going to go up in there, and we'll just be careful, and probably won't bring this little guy here with us. We'll have to leave him at the house, but y'all can come along and we'll check it out and see what it looks like. Let's go. Well, I know I said I wasn't bringing Ollie with me today on this kayak trip, but I guess he talked me into it. This is Wright's Creek down here at Dogwood Lakes. There's actually a golf course across the road with a little subdivision, but we're gonna put in here and we're gonna head up under the bridge here and head north. And we are off. Now the water out here on this creek is probably only about a foot deep, maybe a little more right in the middle, maybe a foot and a half right in the center. So it's not deep at all up here in this spot, but there are some deep areas. Now we're gonna head, I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can see the bridge. We're gonna be headed towards this bridge right here. We're gonna head up kind of north, I guess it'd be northeast. We're gonna be heading kind of northeast. That's kind of how Wright's Creek runs, is kind of northeast. It'll run back north or southwest a little bit towards the Choctawhatchee River, and we'll eventually run in over there. But really hasn't been raining a lot. We've had some rain, but not a lot. So the creeks are pretty clear right now, which is a good thing. Now this bank right here that I'm looking at, you see the light poles. This was all growed up on this side, but the lineman came in here, the crew that cleans underneath the power lines, and they cleared all that out. I think that's what I was noticing, where they cleaned this side on this side of the bridge was from that. But anyway, it sure is pretty in here. These fall colors in these trees are something else. I just hope we can get up in here and don't have too much blockage. Yep. There's definitely gonna be some places that I have to squeeze through, looks like. Yeah, but that'll make it fun, as long as we can get through them. I just don't want to have to get out. Well, unfortunately, the only way I'm going to get through here is portaging, and I'm not portaging. There is a ton of trees right here. and come down here with a chainsaw and clear out a small path, be big enough I could get through up to that big tree, and I could go under it. But then I don't know what's on the other side. I know there's more, but I don't know how much more. But this is going to be a trip for another day to go up this direction. So I guess I'm going to turn around and head back towards the bridge and maybe go the other way. Also, I've never put in from here anyway. I've been a little bit down the creek, just out here swimming and with my daughters and my son before, but never took the kayaks down this way. So I'm really not so sure what it's going to look like the other way as well, but we'll go back and see. Kind of fast moving water right in here too. Even though it's shallow, it's just so narrow. And that wind I was talking about, you could probably hear it. If you can't hear it, you should be able to see the trees blowing, the leaves blowing. It'll widen back out up here by the bridge and it won't be moving quite as fast. Alright, we're coming back out from underneath the bridge, back in what I call the swimming hole. There's a lot of rocks up underneath this bridge. Get off this rock. Okay, here we go. Now, I know there's some trees down on the other side too, but I don't remember if they covered the all the way across. If we can get under them, I really don't know. It's been a while since I've been down back over here. Like I said, I never took the kayak down it. I just swam or walked down it a little bit. But if you look, I'll get a little closer. I don't like to zoom, but you can look on these tree limbs right here. Somebody's tied up some swing. There's one right here on this one that's sticking up, and then there's another one right over here. So this does get kind of deep, not real deep, but deep enough you could dive in. I know these rocks here to my left, this rock right here to my left, we used to jump in there, but now that is so shallow and you could jump off them rocks and they look about like they do now, but it's filled up with sand, so you really can't jump in there anymore. And it's cool to see these old bridge pilings in these creeks where the bridges used to be, where the road used to be. And this one here, I've seen a few places on the other end of Wright Creek. There's a place I go that has an old wooden bridge that ain't nothing left but the post, and here's one here that there's nothing left but the post. Probably see it. There ain't much left of it, but you can tell there was at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 or 8 posts for each section, looks like, of the bridge. A lot of them's gone, rotted a long time ago. They're probably gonna scrub right here. Yeah, just a little bit. Now this tree up here, has been here a while. Now on the left side of this creek, the creek is actually overflows when it's full. It'll overflow back to this side, and there's actually another part of the creek over there. And a lot of times that'll just be old stagnant water that you'll see if you go over there to that side. But when it's been raining regularly, it's fairly clear. Yeah, now this tree has been here that I'm going under. It's been here a long time. You know, I don't typically like going underneath these trees because you just don't know how long and what day is it going to be that they're going to fall in the water, but they're eventually going to. Now this is where I was talking about. This water here backflows from the creek backwards, or either there's usually a hole back, a little opening back the other direction that it runs, overflows in here. And you can see some more of those bridge pilings on this side. This is where the old original bridge was. I don't believe we'll go in there because there's a lot of trees laying in there and we can't even cross over them without getting out, so we're not going to do that. We'll just continue on down this way as far as we can get without getting out of the boat. Now you may have noticed that it seems to have slowed down a little bit. The flow rate doesn't seem like it's as good as it was. What it is there's just so many branches. It branches off left and right out here. Plus it's wider that it's not as bad here. See some good little places to put up a tent. Little islands out here in the middle of the creek. You can see that the water has gotten much higher than this. See all these tree limbs and stuff where it's got caught on these fallen trees and kind of dammed up the water at one time. Well, we're gonna turn around. Well, unfortunately, there was trees down the other way as well. So I really ain't interested in getting out and portaging today. I don't do a lot of portaging unless I have to, and I don't have to. It's just a little too cold to be getting out in this water for me right now. So I'm not going to do it. So we'll just paddle around up here and paddle back up towards the bridge. We didn't get very far. And we might go down and look in that little slough area if I can get in there. We'll see. There's also one, I believe, on this other side over here. But I can't remember how far it goes in. I don't think it goes very far. You know, one good thing though, right this time of year is since I started wearing my life preserver all the time, it's not too bad to come here in the winter time. This thing's got a lot of insulation in it. Let's see. Now I see an alligator. Holy smoke, that's a big old alligator. I said I saw an alligator, but I didn't see an alligator. I saw a couple of beavers. They're kind of at a distance. I realized they wouldn't by the way they were swimming. Well, thought I'd see them on camera. But I think they're way on up there ahead of me. I don't see them anymore. We'll keep looking. There are a lot of logs laying in here. I can go around this one here, so I'm gonna go around it. Water's actually pretty clear in here right now. Oh, it seems pretty deep in here too. It seems deeper than it is on the other side. There's a big old crane, or a blue, what do they call them, blue heron? You can see the rest of the bridge from this side. I don't know if we can get under this. I don't think we can. And I don't believe we can go over it either. Might go over right there. Let's see. No. Nope. It's too, that tree's too green still. Now I'm hoping that those beavers will come back down this way. I see them way up there. You probably can't see them on the camera. Here they come. I see them. We'll just be real quiet. They're right over there on the other side of those. On the other side of that old bridge pilings. coming out of the water. I see one of them. They're coming closer. They're right in the bridge pilings right now. They're swimming across them. Right there where all those trees are. It's about 3 of them, I think. At least 2. Can you see them? One right there, you see them? 3 of them sticking their heads out of the water. Aren't they pretty? Three of them. Ollie sees them. Ollie sees them. I don't know what that was behind them. Ollie, you can't get them, buddy. It would appear, whatever that was, a splash behind me may have scared them off, or either we scared them off. Pretty sure that was just a fish behind me. So we probably scared them off. I hope y'all can see those 3 beavers. I had to talk a little low because I didn't want y'all to not get to see them and us scare them off. That was pretty cool. Well, I can tell you, Ollie was sure excited. He wanted to bark, but he was a good boy, wasn't you, Ollie? He didn't bark, and thankfully he didn't try to jump out of the boat and forget we were in a boat. But I'm pretty sure that they probably heard, they saw us. But either way, we got to see them for a little bit. That was kind of neat. And then that fish jumped behind us while they were looking, trying to figure out what it was we were doing. And then when I turned back around and looked, they were gone. And they haven't surfaced since. So anyway, that was pretty neat. The majority of this land that you're looking at right now would still be above the water in a normal rainy season. Now this little section right here that you can see the cypress knot sticking up, now that would be a place where the water would cross over from the creek into this little slough. So it would kind of make a little island right there. So This is over here at Dogwood Lakes, right here by the bridge. If you know where I'm talking about, or you're from this area of Holmes County, you'll know exactly where I'm talking about. And if you take this and you want to do this, and you can, I would like to do it, but I want to do it with someone else. I don't want to go by myself on this trip. But you can actually take this all the way down until you run out into the Choctawhatchee. But I can guarantee you that you will be portaging a few times at least. So that's what you need to be prepared for. And I would say, I would plan on, you know, if you're not planning on camping out or anywhere along the way, I would plan on just taking it probably at least a day to do this. So I don't know how many miles it actually is, probably not a lot, but the fact that you have to get out and portage so much, that's going to take you some time. But it's beautiful scenery back here, especially this time of the year. Yeah, Florida's trees do turn. They do get those orange and greenish, yellowish leaves during the fall and winter time. So we do have a winter here. It don't last long, but it's long enough to for the leaves to change anyway in the fall. So this is another little slough that runs up in here, and we're crossing the creek and going back into another slough, and lots of limbs and junk in the way in here. So, and it's not very big here. This section isn't. But like I said, there's lots of limbs and junk in here. The water's a little bit more stagnant looking. It's not bad, but it is stagnant. So. But the good thing about this, in these little sloughs like this, is there's no current, which is why it's stagnant. So pretty easy to paddle around in here, except for the tree limbs. And oftentimes these little sloughs they can be deeper than the river or the creek. And a lot of people don't like to come into these because they do look a little creepy, and they don't smell great sometimes. But you might see stuff you wouldn't ordinarily see. Well, there's another area where the water looks like it has been running over the little island in the middle, looking for the easiest way out when it overflows. I guess they call them holly trees. You see them pretty red berries on them? That don't remind you of Christmas decorations? I don't know what does. Let's go this way. We'll go on this side of these tree limbs this time. Yeah, so getting out here on these creeks is fun. There's a lot of places you can get to. There's a lot of places you can't get to, just because there's so many trees that fall, and you know, people don't come down here as much. Now that's the good thing. If you are like me and you like to go out and be by yourself, well, this is where you need to go. I just love the color of the water right now. And even when you hadn't got a lot of rain, you're gonna have some areas that just ain't got no water in it, but the ones that do are clear. Beautiful trees back there. people think of Florida, they usually think more of South Florida. They don't think that Florida looks like this, but these trees are all over the South. But I'm in the Florida Panhandle, and the Panhandle is basically an extension of Alabama, Georgia, you know, that area. And so what you see in Alabama and further towards the North Alabama, you're going to see trees like this. You're going to see trees like this in the Panhandle, all over the place. You want to see palm trees, you go down further south. The ones that you see around Panama City Beach and areas like this, like near the beach in the Panhandle, those trees are more than likely have been planted. Now what you will see up here, maybe you can see them straight ahead, are these palmettos. You will see palmettos. Now they're everywhere. They are definitely everywhere. And I lived in Alabama for a large portion of my life. And we do have them there, but I did not ever see them as much as I've seen them down here in the Panhandle. They are definitely down here. And they are wild. They're not planted. And you can actually look on both sides of the bank. And if it hasn't been flooding regularly and washed them away, they'll be there. Most of these places. Well, we are back up here to our starting point again. We didn't travel very far, but the little bit we did travel was gorgeous, I have to say. I love the fall winter weather. It's my personal favorite time to go kayaking. So this is Dogwood Lakes. Ain't much to the park. It's a Holmes County park, and unfortunately it's not very well taken care of, and so the parks aren't kept up very well. But that's not the only reason. A lot of times people that come down here don't really do a good job of taking care of stuff. They tear up stuff. So if you're gonna tear it up, we're not gonna build it back, okay? So take care of what you got. But this is the park, and I just wanted to show you that before I took off. So me and Ollie are all loaded up and we're ready to go. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I think Ollie did. He wanted to get out and check out the beavers, and he couldn't do that. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoyed this, and I hope y'all get to come back for more next time. If you did enjoy this, please share it, like and subscribe as well, and I really do appreciate it. Have a great week.